Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let's chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Desikarni Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Just turn on Srila Prabhupada's japa. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram. राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session. So today is Monday. We are going to recite a new verse. We completed chapter. Second. We completed chapter 10, text 41. So we will be reciting 42. 10:42. This is the last verse for this chapter. And then next week we will begin with chapter 11. So the last verse that we memorized, 41, was Yadyad vibhuti matsattvam Srimad urjitam evava tattad evavagachatvam mama tejomsha sambhavam. Know that all opulent, beautiful and glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. And the next verse, 42, please repeat. Athava bahunaitena किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्। अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन इष्टभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत् अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन इष्टभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Okay? So anyone needs to go first, please raise your hand. Aditi Lata Mataji and Arunita.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Go ahead, Mataji.
अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवर्जुन विष्टाभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Ananta will read in the normal form.
Later. Okay. So, anybody else?
Yes.
So, we'll just go in order now. Achintadev, Achit Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विस्थाप्याहम् इदं कृष्णम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्.
Kritsnam. Kritsnam.
What Mataji?
Kritsnam. Ishtabhyam idam kritsnam.
Kritsnam. Yes. Ekamsena sthito jagat. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a simple fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Achintadev Prabhu. We'll go in the end.
He will read later, Mataji.
Yeah. Arunita also.
Yes, Mataji.
Inba, Inya, Jai Ganesh Prabhu, Jai Shri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. Translation. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe.
Very good. Inya.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
अथवा बहुनैतेन किन्यातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all for the Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टाभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Thank you, Mataji. Mr. Prabhuji is not here.
Okay. Isha.
अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन Vishtabhyaham idam kritsnam ekamshena sthato jagat. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe.
कृष्णाशीष
अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याहम् idam kritsnam ekamshena sthito jagat. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe.
माधवा
अथवा बहुनाटेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? The single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe.
रसप्रिया
अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe.
नरसिम्हा लीला चैतन्य प्रभु सुहृद स्फूर्ति सुवर्णांगी माता जी
हरे कृष्ण माता जी
हरे कृष्ण
अथवा बहुमतेन बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन
विष्टभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम्
इदं कृष्णं
कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्
Translation. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this delayed knowledge with a
detailed knowledge?
With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support the entire universe. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat pranam Prabhu Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat pranam Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
अथवा बहुनैतेन किञ्ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Savabhavunatena kim jnatena tavarjuna Ishtabhyam idam Krishnam ekamsena sthito jagat. Translation. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge with a single fragment of myself I pervade and support this entire universe?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat pranam. All of Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. Translation. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Usha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Dandavat pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Atava bahunetena kim jnatena tavarjuna vistabhyaham idam krishnam
Kritsnam.
Kritsnam ekam sena stito jagat. Translation. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Thank you.
Thank you. Medha.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Atava bahunaitena kim jnatena tavachuna vishtabhyaham idam kritsnam ekam sena stito jagat. Translation. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe.
Yes, thank you. Priyanka Haripriya Mataji.
And Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Atva bahunaitena kim gyatena tava Arjuna vishtabhyaham idam kritsnam ekam shena stito jagat. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Hare Krishna.
Saujanya Mataji is here. Vindhyavali Mataji. Oh, Pragnya is here. But go ahead, Mataji. It's okay. Go ahead.
It's okay, let her go ahead.
Pragnya, Saujanya Mataji are there?
Hare Krishna Mataji, my mom's not available.
Okay, go ahead.
Atava bahunaitena kim jnatena tavajuna vispabhyaham idam krishnam ekam sena stito jagat. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, Vindhyavali Mataji.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji.
Please accept my humble obeisances.
All
All
glories
glories
to
to
Srila
Srila
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
अथवा बहुनैतेन किज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याहमिदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Achintadev Prabhu, Arunita.
Yes, Mataji. Arunita will read.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Then give then John with Christian in a subject. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Achintadev Prabhu, you are ready?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Athava bahunaitena
Athava bhavunaithena
kim gyatena tavarjuna
kim tena tavarjuna
kim gyatena tavarjuna vishtabhyaham idam kritsnam
vistavidhyam idam krishnam
kritsnam.
vidyavyam idam krishnam.
One more time. Vishtabhyaham idam kritsnam.
Vishtavyaham idam Krishnam. Krishna.
Krit snam.
Krishna. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mataji.
No, it's okay. Ekam shena stito jagat.
Ekam sena stito jagat.
Yes, thank you.
Translation. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sonia Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Atava bahu netena kim gnatena tavarjuna vistapyaham idam kritnam ekam shena stito jagat. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna. Okay, did everyone recite? Did I miss anyone? Everyone has recited. Let's read Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 9. We are reading about the descendants from Vaivasvata Manu, and within that, the descendants of Ikshvaku Maharaj, Maharaj Ikshvaku. And within that, the descendants from Amshuman, the dynasty. This chapter is entitled The Dynasty of Amshuman. And in that, we saw that one of the descendants of Amshuman is Saudasa. Saudasa's son is Ashmaka, and Ashmaka's son is Balika. And then Balika became the progenitor for all the Kshatriyas after Parashuram killed all the Kshatriyas. And like that, in that line, coming down in that line from Balika, we saw Khatwanga Maharaj. And now we are reading about Khatwanga Maharaj. Khatwanga Maharaj was so powerful that even the demigods called him to fight with the demons, the enemies of the demigods. And he was so valorous, so powerful, that he actually defeated the demons and got victory for the demigods. The demigods, being very pleased with him, offered him any benediction. But Khatwanga Maharaj, being a devotee of the Lord, a pure devotee of the Lord, he did not desire any material benedictions. And when they offered to give him, when they insisted that they wanted to give him some benediction, he said, "Please tell me how much time do I have left in this body?" And then they said, "1 moment." So, by Krishna's arrangement, I happened to come across a lecture where yesterday there was one question raised about 1 moment, right? In 1 moment's time, because we see after he was told that he has 1 moment, he came back to his residence on the earth, and he was even contemplating, right? We saw a few verses. You can even go back and look at the verses, just 2-3 verses that say King Khatwanga was unconquerable in any fight, requested by the demigods to join them in fighting the demons. He won victory, and the demigods, being very pleased, wanted to give him a benediction. The king inquired from them about the duration of his life and was informed that he had only 1 moment more. Okay? He was informed that he had 1 moment more. Thus he immediately left his palace and went to his own residence, where he engaged his mind fully on the lotus feet of the Lord. So, from in earthly calculation, what is 1 moment? 1 moment is actually 1/11th of a second. It's not even 1 second. 1/11th of a second. That's a moment. This is explained in the second canto. What is one moment? One moment is 1/11th of a second. So if Khatwanga Maharaj had 1/11th of a second, how was he able to think so many things in such a short time? You can get that question, right? So let's just read. And also what all he did. He came back to his residence on the earth, and then he started contemplating. What did he start thinking? Maharaj Khatwanga thought, not even my life is dearer to me than the Brahminical culture and the Brahmanas who are worshipped by my family. What then is to be said of my kingdom, land, wife, children, and opulence? My life itself is not dear to me, then what to speak of others, right? The people who are connected with me and the opulences and my kingdom, they are not dear to me. As the Brahmanas and Brahminical culture, nothing is dearer to me than the Brahmanas. I was never attracted, even in my childhood, by insignificant things or irreligious principles. I did not find anything more substantial than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So from this we understand he is a pure devotee, right from childhood. The demigods, the directors of the three worlds, wanted to give me whatever benediction I desired. I did not want their benedictions, however, because I am interested in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who created everything in this material world. I am more interested in the Supreme Personality of Godhead than in all material benedictions. Still, and we will continue to read what all he is thinking. So, to have this type of contemplation, it is not possible to have all this contemplation in one moment, which is 1/11th of a second. So there, His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj explains this, that in the third canto, we studied, there's a chapter called The Calculation of Time. So there we study the different terms used for different lengths of time. So here in English, Srila Prabhupada has translated as moment, but actually in Sanskrit the word is muhurta. Muhurta. So what is a muhurta? Right? So then why Srila Prabhupada? Okay, muhurta actually means it is a period of time that lasts for 48 minutes. Earth calculation. On this earth, one muhurta is 48 minutes. Okay, that is one muhurta. And one muhurta is 48 minutes. So we hear Brahma Muhurta. So what is Brahma Muhurta? Brahma Muhurta is also a period of 48 minutes.
Early morning. Early morning.
Early morning, yes. But
It
to be
also
more specific, we know it is 1.5 hours before sunrise, we say. To be even more specific, 1.5 hours means it's actually 96 minutes.
minutes.
And 96 minutes
Half
is
of that.
nothing but, yeah, half. 48 minutes is one muhurta. So exactly what is Brahma Muhurta is, from sunrise, if you go back, not the last muhurta, but the muhurta before that. 48. So if you have the last muhurta, which ends with sunrise, not that, but the muhurta before that. So 48 minutes and then 48 minutes and then it is sunrise. So after from the beginning of Brahma Muhurta, 96 minutes later, the sun rises. So Brahma Muhurta is the 48 minutes before the last 48 minutes. That Muhurta is called Brahma Muhurta. And that is very, very favorable for spiritual activity. Everyone in the whole universe, even Lord Brahma, everyone, that is the time for meditation, Brahma Muhurta. So therefore we have Mangalarti, we have deity worship, we have japa. All this happens during Brahma Muhurta. Also, one important point that Maharaj brought up is why Srila Prabhupada has introduced Gurvashtakam singing in Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta is meant for meditating on the Supreme Lord. Why Srila Prabhupada has introduced singing Gurvashtakam, glorification of Guru? Because Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that anyone who sings this Gurvashtakam at the time during Brahma Muhurta, anyone who sings Gurvashtakam during Brahma Muhurta, that means he will do it every day. That's understood, not that you do once. Then it is certain that he will go to Goloka. He will go back to Goloka. So if we simply sing Gurvashtakam every day during Brahma Muhurta, what is Brahma Muhurta? From sunrise, 96 minutes before sunrise is Brahma Muhurta, it begins. So for us, 4:30 in the morning, that's the time set. So that time is Brahma Muhurta, and at that time anyone who sings Gurvashtakam, he will certainly go back to Goloka. This is the benediction given by the Acharya, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada has introduced this Gurvashtakam singing during Brahma Muhurta. So now, coming back to our discussion here, Muhurta. In one Muhurta, Khatvanga Maharaj has perfected his life. Why Srila Prabhupada has translated that Muhurta as one moment? What is the significance? Srila Prabhupada is very fond of this example. He gives this example in his talks as well as in his purports in other places. Yesterday, I quoted from the beginning of second canto, where Parikshit Maharaj is telling, Sukadev Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj, encouraging him that Khatvanga Maharaj perfected his life in one moment, right? You have 7 days and 7 nights for preparation. Khatvanga Maharaj got only one moment and still he was able to perfect his life. Of course, the important point that is to be noted here is if you are given 1 moment's notice, are you prepared to say, yes, I'm ready? And are you prepared to just drop everything and focus on the Supreme Lord, on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, and just leave? Are you ready? Are you prepared for that? That's the point. This shows the exalted position of Khatvanga Maharaj. As soon as he heard that he has 1 moment left, then he immediately dropped everything, left everything, and he focused his mind on the Supreme Lord. So this is the important message, that we should be so prepared that if we were given just a moment's notice, still we should be ready. We should be able to just drop everything and focus on the Supreme Lord and perfect our lives. That's the lesson that Srila Prabhupada gives us whenever he quotes Khatvanga Maharaj's example. So here Khatvanga Maharaj, in 1 moment's notice, he just came back and is contemplating like this, that I was never interested in material things. I was never interested in anything other than the Supreme Lord, even from my childhood. And so this shows, in the purport Srila Prabhupada explained, from this we understand who is a Krishna conscious devotee. He gives no importance to any material things. I think Srila Prabhupada quoted Narottam Das Thakur. One second. Yeah, the demigods wanted to give me material benedictions, but I was not interested in them, right? Yeah, Prabhupada quoted Dhruva Maharaj. The Lord was offering him material benedictions. I'll give you a kingdom, you will rule for 36,000 years. He said, no, I'm not interested, right? I'm simply satisfied by seeing you. Now I don't want anything else. This is the sign of a pure devotee. Even if he is offered some material benediction, he is not interested. He won't ask Krishna for any material benefits. One who is, and who is qualified for this? Who is qualified uh, to reject material benedictions? Somebody who has Krishna Bhavanamrita, who has Krishna consciousness. Only such a person is eligible. Therefore, we should endeavor at every moment to be Krishna conscious. That's the lesson. So, yes, Mataji, and then
Yes.
Achinta, you wanted to say something. Good. Vindhyavali Mataji.
Yeah, yes, Mataji. Early morning, when I was young, they used to say, whatever you read, whatever you practice, whatever, either singing or reading, anything, the memory is so good at that time. That Brahma Muhurta time, whatever you do, that is so important, and that is so, you remembering also at that time, it's very, very sharp.
Yes, ma'am.
Later on the day, we are polluted and everything mixes.
Yes.
But at that time, just get up 4 o'clock like that. That is the best muhurta.
Yes, Mataji. Just
And
one more
yeah.
note on this point that you said, that in the morning, yes, whatever you do, you get success. Of course, your memory is very sharp, and you can learn, you can study. And of course, we were trained also like that. Get up in the morning, open your books and study. School books,
And
we used to
study.
study in the morning.
That's
But
right.
we can do better than that. I was just, this morning we were reading from Chaitanya Bhagavat. Well, your evening, from Chaitanya Bhagavat we were reading. And there, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking to Devanand Pandit. So Devananda Pandit asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about Srimad Bhagavatam. He is a speaker on Srimad Bhagavatam. So Devananda Pandit asked, my lord, please tell me how I should give lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam. How should I give lecture? So there Mahaprabhu said that Srimad Bhagavatam in the beginning, middle and end talks only about bhakti and nothing else. So if you are speaking about Srimad Bhagavatam, you should speak for every verse, every word, that this verse means, or it's only telling us about bhakti and nothing else. So I just remembered that. So the best time is Brahma Muhurta, and the best activity that is to be done during Brahma Muhurta is bhakti.
Bhakti also.
Only bhakti.
That's true.
Of course, you get, certainly other things also will happen, but we shouldn't spend that time for anything else except direct bhakti.
But young age, we just don't know what is bhakti and what is that. So that is also
we didn't know, but once we know,
once we know, yes, okay, that's correct. But that is the age, in young age, the memory power is very good, they say.
Yeah, so memorize shlokas from Bhagavad Gita.
That's right. But nobody tells us. Read your
Right.
book, do your homework, and be done with it. Be ready, and whatever you read in a social studies or science or whatever it is, you'll have in memory. That's what they teach us at very early age, because we had to come and go to good college and everything. I don't know what we get from
Now
that.
our kids in that time, those who join at 6:30, they will read Bhagavad
Yeah,
Gita and
reading.
Bhagavatam.
They are very much
Then they
blessed.
go to school.
Yes, that's true. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji. Achintadev Prabhu.
Mataji, I just needed to understand. So you said Brahma Muhurta is 96 minutes, right? So around
No.
2 hours.
Muhurta is a time of 48 minutes. 48 minutes long time is called Muhurta. So Brahma Muhurta is 48 minutes. it begins 96 minutes before sunrise. So it begins 96 minutes before and it ends 48 minutes later, like that.
Yeah, so we are assuming that if it is 6:30, then 4:30 is where the Brahma Muhurta
It
starts.
changes depending on where you
sunrise.
are and which time of the year, at what time sun rises. So like that. But 4:30 is the time it Srila Prabhupada Acharya, right? Mahajano yena gatasya panthaha. Follow in the footsteps of the Mahajans. So Srila Prabhupada had set the time 4:30. So 4:30 is Brahma Muhurta, like that.
Okay, just wanted to be sure. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhupada. Okay.
So 96 minutes before sunrise, and then
It starts 96 minutes before sunrise. It starts, and it lasts for 48 minutes. So you have muhurta. So last two muhurtas, right, of the night. Last two muhurtas. So the last muhurta, after the last muhurta, there is sunrise. So the second last muhurta is Brahma Muhurta.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Anyway, yeah. So let's read today. Whose turn is it? Yesterday, where did we stop? Anyone remembers?
I think Ace was already done.
No, they were not there yesterday. Were you there? I think, yeah, Suvarnangi Mataji was there yesterday.
Yeah, she read, and then after that, someone was also reading. Who was there?
Vindyavali Mataji came a little.
No,
Yes,
not
sir.
No, I was not there.
Saujanya Mataji, did she read? I mean,
Not reading.
She's not there
didn't
today.
read it.
Mataji is not there. So Pragnya, then you're able to read, Pragnya? She's not here either. Okay. So we'll just start with Vindyavali Mataji then. Yeah? Yes, Mataji. So I'll just read the verse and then you can read the translation. Ye vikshiptendriya dhiyo devaste swahridhi sthitam na vindanti priyam shashvad atmanam kim utapare.
Mataji, can you move it little up, please?
Yes.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Glory to Srila Prabhupada. Even though the demigods have the advantage of being situated in the higher planetary system, their minds, senses, and intelligence are agitated by material conditions. Therefore, even such elevated persons fail to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is eternally situated in the core of the heart. What then is to be said of others, such a human beings who have favored advantages?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Even though the demigods have the advantages of being situated in the higher planetary system, their minds, senses, and intelligence are agitated by material conditions. They have more facility than human beings. They are advanced materially. Still, their mind, senses, and intelligence are also agitated by material conditions. Therefore, even such elevated persons fail to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because if their minds are agitated by material conditions, they cannot realize the Supreme Lord. Although they are materially so advanced, they have many advantages compared to the human. For example, they have very long life. It is said that their bodies never perspire, or even if they perspire, they don't smell bad. It's like fragrance. And they eat food which is cooked only in ghee. They never eat any food which is cooked in oil. About the demigods, it is said. Yeah. They eat only food which is cooked in ghee. And, even if they sweat, there's no bad odor. They don't need deodorants or anything. They're always very fragrant. So many advantages in demigods, but there's no old age. There's no old age. They don't get pregnant. They don't get pregnant there. They just enjoy, keep enjoying, but there's no pregnancy or anything. So these are the advantages. Advantages for what? For enjoyment. You can enjoy. You can have, you can enjoy life there. That's what the heavens are for. So even though the demigods have these advantages, still spiritually, right, their minds are also agitated, senses are agitated. We hear so many stories, right? Lord Indra getting attracted to someone else's wife. How? Because the mind is agitated, and then he becomes, feels insecure when someone else is doing tapasya. Oh, they'll take my position, right? His intelligence is also bewildered, agitated, senses are agitated. Oh, these people from Vrindavan, they have stopped my puja. Then he becomes offended, right? He's agitated. That means even though now he's the king of the demigods, he's the king of the demigods, even though they're so advanced and they have more advantages, still they're agitated by material conditions. One who is agitated by material conditions, however elevated he may be materially, he will fail to realize the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is there in the core of the hearts. Their hearts also he is there, but they cannot realize him.
That's
If
more dangerous.
this is the position of the demigods, then what to be said of others, such as human beings? They have
That's more
fewer
scary.
advantages.
That's more scary, Mataji. Demigods life. I thought they have a long life, they have the ever fresh.
No, Mataji, it is scary, very scary.
Thinking this is
Actually,
very scary.
yes, it is. They
Scary
are.
than our life. Scary than our life.
Srila Prabhupada said the demigods are standing in line to take birth on this earth.
That's true.
In the families of devotees, because as demigods materially they have advantages, but spiritually they are at a disadvantage.
Oh no.
Where
What
there are
they
so many comforts, where is
Mhm.
that impetus to take shelter of Krishna, call out to him feelingly?
No.
It's almost impossible, very, very difficult. But here, because there you don't get continuous pleasure all the time, there is pains, there's suffering. And in suffering,
And
if you are pious, you call out to Krishna. So, birth on this, earthly Bhumandala, this is favorable, it's good. Now, if you take birth in the lower planets, in hellish planets, that's also not favorable, because there the yatana, the pain is so severe, your mind won't function. You cannot call out to Krishna because you are so much in pain. Sometimes we have this experience. We are in severe pain. At that time, the mind is not even functioning. What to speak of thinking about Krishna, calling out to Krishna? All you're completely absorbed in that pain, in dealing with that pain. So you're not even so you can you imagine what type of pain one has to go through when he is in hellish conditions? So that situation is also not favorable actually. It's a different story when someone is a pure devotee already, then for him it does not matter. Whether he is in heaven or he is in hell, he is always Krishna conscious. We are not talking about those who are already pure devotees. We are talking about those who are aspiring to be devotees like all of us. We want to become pure devotees, right? So for us, we need a favorable atmosphere where we can practice bhakti without any distractions. So heavens, too many distractions. Hell also very, very painful. So you're not able to focus. So the best position is
middle,
earth.
we are middle.
We are lucky. We are very,
Yeah,
very fortunate to take
very.
birth. And
But
even more fortunate.
we never think that. No, we want to go. I want to go demigods, at least demigods, at least I will be there. If not, I'm going to Golok. So that those kind of thinkings will be coming, where mind some people I'm talking about.
Yeah,
But
no,
that
that's
is
not good.
that
Because
is not
even if you have even a little bit of curiosity, or some, you may think, oh, this is better. Like let's say you're going in the airplane to the spiritual world, and on the way you pass by Amaravati, right? The heavenly city, and you say, wow, this is amazing. Maybe I can just take a break here and go, like you go in airplane and you halt on the way, connection flight, you stay a day there, see the city there, and then, so if you think like that, then you will end up, you won't go, you will stop there, right? I mean, if you, after seeing that, if you're still able to maintain, but first of all, why even get distracted? Somebody who is pure devotee, his vyavasayatmika buddhi, ekeha kurunandana, ekeha kurunandana, or his one pointed focus. He won't get distracted by other things. He won't get distracted. Bahushaka hyanantascha buddhayo avyavasayinam, right? Those whose intelligence is not resolute, right? It is many branched. It is many branched. So that's not vyavasayatmika buddhi. But yeah, if you have some, even a little bit of interest or curiosity, then you will have to, it will be delayed. You'll be going here and there for some time and hoping that you won't get too distracted there and then coming back. I hope all that doesn't happen. So best is, yeah, I'll just go to my destination. I don't want to go anywhere else.
that is something.
Yeah.
This human brain, he needs to think that aim is up, only Goloka.
Yes.
Not Himalayas and Shivaparthi is there. No, I'll go and see.
Yes.
All those stops.
Yes.
Direct flight we have to take.
Exactly. Direct flight. Purport. So next is Mataji read just now. So Achinta Dev, Achut Priya Mataji. Purport. Are you able to read? Yes, ma'am.
It is a fact that Supreme Personality of Godhead is always situated in everyone's heart. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam. Mataji, I have to put on my
Ishvara Sarva
glasses.
Bhutanam Hridesharjuna Tishtati.
But because of our material anxieties, which are inevitable in this material world, we cannot understand the Supreme Lord, although He is situated so near to us. For those always agitated by material conditions, the yogic process is recommended so that one may concentrate his mind upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead within the heart. Dhyana Vastitat Tat
Tadgatena
Gatena.
Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogina.
Sorry, Mataji, my glasses.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
because in material conditions, the mind and senses are always agitated by the yogic procedures like dharana, asana, and dhyana. One must quiet the mind and concentrate it upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, the yogic process is a material attempt to realize the Lord, whereas bhakti, devotional service, is the spiritual process by which to realize Him. Maharaj, Katyanga asked, Mataji, can you please continue? Sorry.
Khatwanga.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Can you please
Okay,
continue,
you want me
Mataji?
to continue? Fine. So
Yes, yes.
Arunita, you can read, or Aditilata Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Continue.
Maharaj Katwanga accepted the spiritual path, and therefore he was no longer interested in anything material. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 18.55, Bhakti Mam Abhijaninti. Only by devotional service can I be understood. One who can understand Krishna, the Para-Brahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only through devotional service. The Lord never said that one can understand him by performing mystic yoga or philosophically speculating.
By philosophically speculating.
Bhakti is above all such material attempts.
Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadya navritam.
Bhakti is uncontaminated, being unalloyed even by jnana or pious activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Yes, so Khatwanga Maharaj is still thinking that although the demigods have so many advantages, still they are also agitated in their mind, senses, intelligence, and therefore they are not able to realize the Supreme Lord. Why he is thinking like this? Because he is a pure devotee. Khatwanga Maharaj is a devotee. He is not interested in anything material. So he is not interested in the things that the demigods have to offer, because they cannot offer him Krishna consciousness. His interest is only Krishna consciousness. They can give some material things, and he is not interested. He was never interested in those things even when he was a child. And now, when he has only one moment left, why will he go after them now? Right? So the demigods, this is his impression. The demigods, they are not able to realize the Supreme Lord is there right in their hearts, but they are not able to realize because their minds are also agitated. If this is the position of the demigods who are so advanced, who have so many advantages, then what to speak of us human beings? That means we can also not realize the Supreme Lord. If the demigods are not able to realize the Supreme Lord because of being agitated, then what to speak of us? We are far inferior. How can we realize the Supreme Lord? So, one thing that is said in the translation is, they cannot realize the Supreme Lord who is eternally situated in the core of the heart. So, Srila Prabhupada is quoting from Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddesharjuna tishtati. The Supreme Lord is there in everyone's heart as Paramatma. But still, nobody is able to realize him, see him. Why? Because of their material anxieties. And these material anxieties are inevitable in the material world. And as long as we have material anxieties, we won't be able to understand the Supreme Lord. Even though He is the nearest person to us, He is right there in the heart. Still we cannot see Him. I mean, we can understand this. We cannot see our eyelashes. Can you see your eyelashes? Without the help of the mirror. It is so close to you. You cannot, so close to your eyes. Nothing is closer than that to your eyes, but you cannot see it. Like that. Paramatma is there in the heart. We cannot realize him. He's right there, closest to us. Still we cannot see Paramatma. Why? Because we are too distracted by material anxieties, material desires, material lamentations, plans, affection, material affection, illusion, so many things. Because of these distractions, even though he is the closest person to us, we cannot realize. Not just us, even the demigods are not able to realize him. Then how can we see him? So for those who are always agitated by material conditions, the yogic, okay. So then again, see, that's why we understand Bhagavad Gita as a yoga ladder. That means according to your eligibility, a particular process of realizing the absolute truth is recommended according to your eligibility. So actually, the ultimate goal is to do bhakti. All other processes are supposed to bring you to the point of rendering bhakti to the Supreme Lord. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Adma Nivedanam. To whom? To Krishna. To Krishna. Right? In Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 10 topics described discussed. But the 10th topic is Ashraya Tattva, that is Krishna. But all the other 9, the remaining 9 topics are there simply to
Bhakti.
bhakti, simply to what's the word? Emphasize. Yeah, to emphasize or to guide the student or the devotee to the Ashraya Krishna. For example, when we talk about creation, material nature, Mahat Tattva, why we are studying all these things? If our interest is bhakti to Krishna, what is the use of studying the material energy and this and that? Because we should know what is not bhakti, what is not Krishna. Then we won't be cheated, we won't be illusioned. If you don't know what is not bhakti, then you will take everything as bhakti. This is called sahajiya. Sahajiyism means, you know, they on one hand I'll be smoking bidi and ganja or whatever, right? And on the other hand, I think that I love Krishna, I'm a gopi. Why they are making that mistake? Because they didn't study what is not bhakti. They didn't study that. Therefore, Shastra is very important. Your Shraddha, your faith in the Lord comes by understanding the conclusion of the Shastra. So when you study Shastra, when you study Srimad Bhagavatam, step by step, Srimad Bhagavatam brings one ultimately to the shelter of Lord Krishna. But while coming there, you're prepared, right? You study about those things which are not bhakti also. That is also required. So the other 9 topics are meant to lead the student to Lord Krishna ultimately. So the 10 topics that were discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam, okay, yes. So for those who are always agitated, then the yoga process is recommended. So in the other processes, we also talk about yoga, right, or jnana and karma. So there we study. Actually, the goal is everyone should come to bhakti, should do bhakti to Krishna. But for you to do bhakti to Krishna, you need some eligibility. Just like if you want to enter into a medical college in India, you should have passed the entrance exam, right? National level entrance exam. When you pass that and you get a good rank, then you'll be selected into a medical school. Then you can start studying and eventually you get your degree and you become a doctor. So there is an eligibility criterion. So who is eligible to do bhakti? Somebody who has Shraddha is eligible. If he does not have that Shraddha in the Supreme Lord, then what should he do? And if he is full of material desires, he has so many material desires, then if you force him to do pure devotional service, he won't be able to do because his heart is filled with material desires. Then you engage him in all types of activities. The pure devotee will engage this person in all types of activities with the idea that gradually he will be elevated to the position of Krishna consciousness. Gradually. Don't just ask him to stop all your duties now. No, you do. You do whatever duties you're doing. Dovetail those duties in Krishna consciousness. Like that they are trained. And Jnanis, who is eligible to do Jnana? One who is detached. One who is detached from this world completely, he is eligible to do Jnana. If somebody is too detached, not too detached means completely detached. That's a requirement for Jnana. But also the disadvantage there is, when one becomes too detached, and detached means he makes his heart impervious to all types of emotions, because they don't see anything as this is material emotion and this is spiritual emotion. No, no emotions, no happiness, no pain, no feelings, no love, nothing. This is the training for a jnani. Completely, they make their heart like stone. So in that stone like heart, how they will do bhakti? For bhakti, you need a soft heart. Just because you have to plant that seed of bhakti, then that seed has to grow nicely. If you put a seed on the stone, what will happen? So that's also not favorable. That's not favorable for bhakti, that type of training. So then one who is completely detached like that, such a person, he should take to the path of jnana. He should take to the path of jnana. It's difficult actually for them to take to bhakti. Nevertheless, there are cases. Any place, bhakti will happen when you get association. Association of a strong Vaishnava, if you get, you can take to bhakti. So we have example of the four Kumaras, right? And Sukadev Goswami, it is said that he was already liberated, but by the association of Vyasdev, right? He learned Srimad Bhagavatam. He got attracted to the qualities of Krishna. So there are examples of those who are, you know, impersonal before, impersonalists before, but by the association of a pure devotee, they have taken to devotional service. But in general, it is rare. Okay. So according to your eligibility, a particular path is suggested. So in Bhagavad Gita also we see this. Who is eligible to do yoga? And within yoga also, what do you do in yoga? Your meditation is on Paramatma. Paramatma again is of two types. Paramatma within your heart and Paramatma for the whole universe. So the Paramatma in your heart is Kshirodakashaya Vishnu. Paramatma for the whole universe is Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. Now, if somebody actually, yoga process means you are supposed to meditate on Paramatma in the heart. But if you are not able to do that, why you are not able to do that? Because your mind is too agitated. For you to meditate on Paramatma, your mind has to be free from all external agitations. That is why when you practice yoga, you start with yama, niyama, pranayama, right? Asana, pratyahara. These are preparations in the beginning. Yama, niyama. There are things that have to be done, rules and regulations, right? And then pranayama, breathing exercises. Why? To pull your mind away from the external objects and focus it internally. And this is done. It's a mechanical process. It's not easy. You can try. Just sit down and the mind is not going anywhere thinking of anything. It's very difficult. So then if somebody is not able to do that because his mind, first of all, this yoga process is given to those who are too agitated, right? They're too disturbed materially. Then you sit down, pull the mind away. Because they cannot take to bhakti. It said already, you cannot realize the Lord because your mind is too agitated by material things. And okay, you sit down, calm down. Prabhupada gives this example that his son, when he was a small boy, when he would do a lot of mischief, they would just put him in one place, right? And then stay here without doing anything for whatever, 10 minutes or whatever. He couldn't stay. It's like too much, right? So for them, like if you cannot do anything positive, if somebody is doing a lot of mischief, then and they are not able to do any positive, constructive work, at least don't do mischief. Just stop doing everything. Sit in one place quietly. But that does not mean that is the best thing. Simply sitting in one place, is that the goal? No. The best thing is to be able to do so many useful things. You can come and help your mother in the kitchen, or you can help in cleaning up, or you can, help in gardening or whatever, right? You can do so many things. But if you are simply creating mischief and you cannot do anything positive, then just stop. Sit in one corner. Time out. So yoga is like that. Mechanically, you pull your mind away from all material objects, sit down tight in one place. And now you focus on the Lord. So somebody is not able to do that within the heart, Paramatma, then the Vyashti, Samishti. Vyashti means within your heart. Samishti means the Paramatma for the whole universe, Garbhodakashay Vishnu. Now you meditate on Paramatma like that. And that also, when someone's not able to meditate, then you meditate on the Virat Rupa, universal form, the material form, material universal form. That means, Satyaloka is his head, Patalaloka, the lower planets are his legs, like that. That type of meditation, because he's only able to see material things. And from there, gradually, at least he will, when he sees material things, it will remind him of the absolute truth. You see? So when he's seeing the trees, he will meditate. The trees are the hairs on the universal form of the Lord. Like that. The stars, the sun and the moon are his eyes. So he's trying to picture the Supreme Lord when he's seeing material things. He's only able to see material things. He's not able to conceive of anything beyond that. Then you do this yoga. According to his eligibility, that is recommended for him. But it's not that is the highest. That's the point. So coming back to the purport again. For those always agitated by material conditions, the yogic process is recommended so that one may concentrate his mind upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead within the heart. Right? Dhyana avastita tad gatena manasa pashyanti yam yoginaha. Right? Within their manasa, within their mind, they will see by dhyana, in dhyana avastita. Because in material conditions, the mind and senses are agitated. They're always agitated. By the yogic process, right? Like there are 8 steps there, like dharana, asana, dhyana. One must quiet the mind and concentrate it upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, the yogic process is a material attempt to realize the Lord. Right? There is ascending process and descending process. Bhakti is descending process. Bhakti is descending process. We are dependent on the mercy that's coming down, not on our own abilities. Whereas in the yogic process and jnana process, by your ability, you're going to achieve something. Right? There's a running race. So by your ability, you run and you reach the finish line and you win. So like that, in yogic process, I will control my mind and I will realize. It's a mechanical process of realizing the absolute truth in the form of Paramatma. So, in other words, the yogic process is a material attempt to realize the Lord. But bhakti is not like that. Bhakti is a spiritual process. And here, why we are reading this? Because we are reading about Khatvanga Maharaj. Khatvanga Maharaj was not a yogi. He was a bhakta. He was a pure devotee. So he was not interested in anything material. Not in yoga, not in anything. He was simply interested in bhakti. Right? Bhaktyamam abhijanati. Only by devotional service can I be understood. One can understand Krishna, the Parabrahman, only through devotional service. Yes. Atat Sri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyai. Indriyas means mind is also indriya. 6 indriya, manashashtani indriyani. So with your mind you cannot realize. Whereas in yoga you're trying to control your mind, and with your mind, right, you're trying to realize. But the Lord cannot be realized. Any process, whether you take jnana or yoga or any process, if you want to realize the Lord, you cannot do it without bhakti. Everyone has to do bhakti. Some bhakti has to be there. But it's not pure bhakti. There's much discussion on this. There is what is called as Guni Bhuta Bhakti, and there is Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. Pradhani Bhukta Bhakti means you are doing mainly devotional service, but because you still don't have full Shraddha in Bhakti, you feel that you also need to do little bit of other things. But your majority, right, 70, 80, 90% is Bhakti. Little bit you are doing, if you're doing karma along with Bhakti, it is Karma Mishra Bhakti. If you're doing Jnana along with Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti. If you do some yoga and bhakti, then yoga mishra bhakti. All these will be discussed in the 7th chapter. Karma mishra, jnana mishra, yoga mishra bhaktis. They are discussed. But when you get full shraddha in bhakti, you will do 100%. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavritam anukulena krishnanushilanam. So this is bhakti. So even pradhani bhuta bhaktas, they are also called bhaktas only because they are primarily doing bhakti. But here the yogis and the jnanis, they also have to do bhakti to get the result of that particular practice. For example, the yogis, they have to do little bit of bhakti, otherwise they won't get the result of yoga. What is the result of yoga? Either they want to get siddhis or they want to get realize Paramatma. Material platform also people do yoga. But you want to get the result of yoga, you have to do some bhakti. But that is not pradhani. It's not mainly bhakti. Gauna means secondary. Guni bhuta bhakti. They do little bit of bhakti. For example, karma also, you want to get the result of karma, there has to be little bit of bhakti there. It's just like you're doing some yagya, then you have to do achaman, Om Keshavaya Nama, Om, chanting the names of the Lord. This is bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, right? This is bhakti. So little bit of bhakti if you do, only then you will get the result of your karma, jnana or yoga. If you don't do any bhakti, if you do purely yoga or purely jnana or purely karma, you won't get the results of even that yoga, jnana or karma. Bhakti is essential. But the bhakti that they do is they use that bhakti to get what they want. So we don't call them as bhaktas. We call them as yogis. We call them as whatever is majority, that is what it is known by, right? This is the standard example that they give. You know, when there is 20 people going with an umbrella, 20 people going on the street, 19 of them have umbrellas, one person does not have umbrella. Then what do you say? Oh, umbrella people are going on the street. Even though one person does not have umbrella, you generalize because majority of them have an umbrella. You say these are, people with umbrellas are going on the street. So similarly, if the majority of what you do is bhakti, then you will be known as a bhakta, a devotee. But if majority of what you do is either karma or jnana or yoga, you will be known as yogi, karmi or jnani. You understand? Even though there is little bit of bhakti there, you won't be known as bhakta. So these are all yogis. Nevertheless, in the purport, you see Srila Prabhupada is saying, they also need to do bhakti. Without bhakti, you cannot realize. You cannot realize. Right? Even if you want to realize Paramatma, there has to be some bhakti. Even if you want to realize, go and merge into Brahman, there has to be some bhakti. And then what to speak of realizing Parabrahman, Krishna? Certainly you will need to do bhakti, pure devotional service you'll have to do. One can understand Krishna, the Parabrahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only through devotional service. The Lord never says that one can understand Him by performing mystic yoga, philosophically speculating. So this is jnana. Philosophically speculating is jnana. Mystic yoga is Ashtanga yoga. You cannot realize Him. Bhakti is above all such material attempts. And when you say bhakti, we are talking about pure devotional service. Anyabhilashita shunyam, jnana karmadi anavritam. Bhakti should not be contaminated by any yoga or karma or jnana. No. Then it won't be pure devotional service. So we will stop reading here. Bhagavatam. Who will read tomorrow?
Mataji, me and Aditi are left, I guess.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. So tomorrow the two of you will begin reading. Now I'll read Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. Introduction, continuation. That destination is called the Sanatan sky, the eternal spiritual sky. Yes. 3 kinds of activities, 3 kinds of eatables under the modes of material nature. Right? So, what are the subjects given in Bhagavad Gita we are studying? So, if we know properly what is the result of what activity, then we have a chance of performing the right activities. So all this knowledge is given in Bhagavad Gita. If you eat this type of food, first of all, which type of foods are in which modes? If you eat those types of foods, then what are the consequences? Similarly, activities. Which activities fall under goodness, which in passion, which in ignorance? And what is the destination of one who acts in goodness or one who acts in? So all this, it's a science. It's given in Bhagavad Gita. That destination is called the Sanatan sky. Which destination? Yes. Yeah. If we use the instructions given in Bhagavad Gita, that means we will reject those which are inferior, right? Then if we accept and properly use the instructions given in Bhagavad Gita, then our whole life will become purified. And ultimately we'll be able to reach the destination. Yad gatvana nivartante tadhama paramam mama. You go to that destination from where you don't have to come back. So now this paragraph is explaining what is that destination, where you want to go. That destination is called the Sanatan sky, the eternal spiritual sky. Yad gatvana nivartante tadhama paramam mama. Right? By going there, one does not come back again to this material world. In this material world, we find that everything is temporary. It comes into being, stays for some time, produces some byproducts, dwindles, and then vanishes. These are the 6 transformations that everything in this material world goes through. 6 transformations, right? Birth, growth, then producing offspring, staying for some time, becoming old, and finally disappearing or getting destroyed or dying. 6 transformations. This is the material world. This is the law of the material world. Whether we use as an example this body or a piece of fruit or anything material, it has to go through these 6 stages of transformations. But beyond this temporary world, there is another world of which we have information. That world consists of another nature. There won't be these 6 transformations there, which is Sanatan, means it is eternal. The Jiva is also described as Sanatan, eternal, and the Lord is also described as Sanatan in the 11th chapter. We have an intimate relationship with the Lord because He is also eternal, we are also eternal, and we have an intimate relationship with Him. And because we are all qualitatively one. How? Qualitatively? Because we are eternal and He is eternal. So because we are all qualitatively one, the Sanatan Dham or sky, the Sanatan Supreme Personality and the Sanatan living entities, the whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to revive our Sanatan occupation. So you understand, Sanatan means eternal. I am eternal, the Lord is eternal. His abode is eternal, which is my ultimate destination. So we all have something in common. We are all eternal. The Lord's Dharma, place is eternal, the Lord is eternal, all of us are eternal. So therefore, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to revive our eternal occupation. What we are doing right now is not our eternal occupation. But by studying Bhagavad Gita, we are supposed to revive our eternal. What is our eternal occupation? To render devotional service to the Lord. So Bhagavad Gita is meant to revive our Sanatan occupation or Sanatan Dharma, which is the eternal occupation of the living entity. We are temporarily engaged in different activities, but all of these activities can be purified when we give up all these temporary activities and take up the activities which are prescribed by the Supreme Lord. That is called our pure life. So when we accept the instructions of the Lord and live according to his instructions, like Arjuna said, Karishye Vachanam Tava, right? That is our natural position. I will live my life according to your instruction. And that's the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. And that is our natural position. That is our Sanatan Dharma. And once we are situated in that Sanatan Dharma, then we can be in the Sanatan Dhamma with the Sanatan Lord together. So that's the whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita. To awaken our Sanatan Dharma, our eternal occupation. Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrita, continuation. Okay. So Srila Prabhupada is writing to Sumati Morarji, now with his experience in Butler, Pennsylvania, then coming to New York, and giving some classes in universities and also to the yoga students. So Srila Prabhupada is writing to Sumati Morarji. So far, October 27, so far as I have studied, the American people are very much eager to learn about the Indian way of spiritual realization. And there are so many so-called yoga ashrams in America. Unfortunately, they are not very much adored by the government, and it is learned that such yoga ashrams have exploited the innocent people, as has been the case in India also. The only hope is that they are spiritually inclined, and immense benefit can be done to them if the cult of Srimad Bhagavatam is preached here. Srila Prabhupada noted that the Americans were also giving a good reception to Indian art and music. Just see the mode of reception. He attended the performance of a Madrasi dancer, Bala Saraswati. Just to see the mode of reception. Acha, so Srila Prabhupada is writing to Sumati Morarji that just to see the mode of reception, how the Americans are receiving Indian culture, Indian music, Indian art, to see the receptivity of the Americans, Srila Prabhupada attended this dance performance of a Madrasi dancer, Bala Saraswati. I went to see the dance with a friend, although for the last 40 years I have never attended such dance ceremonies. The dancer was successful in her demonstration. The music was in Indian classical tune, mostly in Sanskrit language, and the American public appreciated them. So I was encouraged to see the favorable circumstances about my future preaching work. He said the Bhagavatam could also be preached through music and dance, but he had no means to introduce it. The Christian missions, backed by huge resources, were preaching all over the world. So why couldn't the devotees of Krishna combine to preach the Bhagavatam all over the world? He also noted that the Christian missions had not been effective in checking the spread of communism, whereas a Bhagavatam movement could be because of its philosophical scientific approach. He was deliberately planting a seed of inspiration in the mind of the devoted, wealthy Sumati Morarji, right? That according to your means, you should also support in spreading this Srimad Bhagavatam, like that. So we will stop here. Thank you all so much. I will see you tomorrow in Bhagavatam class. or tonight in Chaitanya Charitamrita class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.